Hello everyone, today I'm standing on a very small, very old road bridge that I've just driven over with trepidation, but I want to show you this because right in front of you here is Baan Sakhla. This is a really ancient Thai riverside community. It's hundreds of houses based around a zigzagging series of klongs. It's completely epic. This is where time stood still. We're only like 30-40 kilometers from Bangkok and life has stopped, and you can see the boat is king here. There are no roads in this community. There are only noisy boats and a lot of noisy boats. The boats go non-stop. Apart from that, it's bicycles, it's motorbikes, and it's people pushing trolleys. And that's it. This is the full authentic deal. This from Bangkok is the nearest place you can get to, which is 100% life has stood still and not changed in hundreds of years. And we'll look over there as well. You see that Kaima style tower tilting at a crazy angle. We're going to take a quick look at that temple at the end. But first of all, we're going to head into this community and show you what is going on. You can see over here, we've got people selling pork, and you can see all the people here. There's a lady eating ice cream as well. And this is a riverside community, so it is totally appropriate that I'm splashing through water. It floods a lot here. Here we have the sign, Baan Sakhla, and here we have the footbridge. Now we're leaving the cars behind, and here we see the klongs full of water, and we can see these wooden buildings built out onto the klong, and they look a bit wobbly. The first thing we get to is a restaurant. And I'm going to stop there and eat because I'm super hungry. This is actually the second video I'm making today. And while I was in the area, I wanted to show you this place. And it's a very damp day today. We're going to walk down there. But first of all, we're going to head into here and get something to eat. And just look at this wooden building. This is absolutely amazing. A guy here is preparing guaideo. And look at all that wood and all those condiments on the shelves. Absolutely. This is what life was like 50 years ago, and it's what life is like now here. And I sit down here, and we've got the river, we've got the bridge, we've got the full authenticity. We actually have a fairly decent printed menu in here, but it's all in Thai, so I'm not quite sure what it says. I asked for khao pat gai. They didn't have it. They've got gung, so it should say no chicken. I've got it with shrimps. Looks good. I'm going to eat this, and then I'm going to show you around. So I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Right, I've eaten, and we need to walk down. And you just look, the very first shop I come to, man, this is time stood still. This is the 100% authentic deal. Here we got what looks like a tailor's shop. All the houses here are wooden. You got to duck the motorbikes and also the boats. Well, you don't have to duck the boats, but they make a lot of noise when I'm making my video. And this is all completely original. Here we've got another convenience store and a cat there. And a cat that is very friendly and having a stretch. And also, as the motorbikes come down, you got to duck out of the way. And because there's no cars here, I've never seen so many motorcycle taxis outside Bangkok. So the locals are either jumping on a boat there or jumping on a motorcycle taxi here. And you just look, man, it is just completely unchanged in hundreds of years. Man, there's a lot of motorbikes kind of zipping in and out everywhere. Here we got a sign for Baan Sakhla. This was a museum down here, but it is shut down many years ago. But I want to take you down here because off this village, there are just so many little pathways, and they are absolutely tiny. You can see they're all raised above the mud, and more wooden houses, an old lady going past, and you can see time is really stood still here. These are all old traditional houses, and in between them all, you can see the mud of the river, and you can see it down the sides here. This looks like it's a hairdresser, the local hairdresser. Man, it's just incredible how life is exactly how it was. This was the museum once, but apparently the locals tell me it has been shut for many years. And then you look, that house has not been used for many years. Man, it is just completely amazing. And here we've got some houses that have sunk into the ground and collapsed. They have not been lived in for a long time. And we've got more houses that are all decaying. And we get to another river here. And we can see more little houses along there and more footbridges. You just kind of zigzag your way around here. And the other thing that is really interesting, the amount of birds, the amount of wildlife around here. I've seen so many different types of birds that I never see in Thailand. And just over here, we can see the temple, which I'm going to take you to in a minute. Anyway, I want to get back to the main footpath through and just show you the rest of it. Right, we need to keep walking back up. And again, you just look at every house here. This guy is stringing a guitar. That is absolutely amazing. And you just look at all these houses. It is completely unchanged. There is no aircon here. The whole community is built on the canals and mud. Everything is put on stilts and a lot of things are subsiding. Here we have something that isn't wooden. This looks like some sort of Chinese shrine here. We have an old lady here walking past, and again, you look in all these doorways. This is original life. And I really got to keep out of the way of all these motorbikes. It's crazy how many bikes are coming up and down here. And it's up to you. You've got to duck out of the way. And you have people sitting here making food and eating food. Man, it's just absolutely amazing. We've got more shops here. So you can see here we've got eggs, we've got onions, we've got garlics. And as you go through it, there's also bridges as well, dissected. This is the main river it runs over, but it cuts up and down everywhere. And you can see the houses built onto the river, and they're all old, they're all fading, they're all leaning at crazy angles. And the boats come up and down here. The boat is the car here still. The boat is the way of transport, and they're all really old longboats. So this is what I want to show you. This is really off the beaten track. Again, we've got another shop here. This is the complete, authentic, real deal. This is a riverside village. There are no tourists here. There are no Thai tourists here. Thai people from Bangkok don't come down here. And we can just see the boat spinning through the gaps. Lady on a bicycle, a big picture of King Rama X as well. Lady sitting here, give me a smile. In between all the houses, all the shops, you can see the mud, and I have to keep ducking out of the way of people on bicycles, on motorbikes, but you can see how the houses, the shops, and then the mud of the river, and then more houses. The river and this community are indivisible, and you just look, everything is old and traditional. I mean, we're just ducking motorbikes all the time here. One goes one way, one goes the other way. You got to keep out of the way of these guys. They're not stopping. You just look at how original everything is in here. It's opened out a little bit, and we can see plants growing here as well, all raised up off the mud. So, man, it's just unbelievable here. Got to step out of the way of bikes. And you can see here, we've got a motorcycle taxi in the blue uniform. And you can see as we walk down the main thoroughfare, the river opens up on the left. And you can see also the mud underneath the houses, because everything is built up here on stilts, and all the different styles and the colors. It's really, really amazing. And in fact, here I am right in here, and all these smaller walkways going down on either side. This is just completely authentic, completely original. Life has not changed here at all. I wanted to show you gung siap because that is a local delicacy. I've read a lot about this. I wanted to find it. And then this lady walked past me with a big bowl of shrimps, and I have found it. Hit the holy grail here. 150 baht for half a kilo. So I'm going to load up and try that. So now the guy here is going to weigh it. I actually see it topping up so I get my whole half kilo weight. This lady actually made it, and this is a sweet delicacy here, and I'll drop a bit more detail down in the description. Basically, it's a sweet shrimp, and you eat the whole body. Thank you. Here we go. I have hit the jackpot with the local delicacy. I'm going to take this home, and I hope I like it, because I've got a lot here. But for 150 baht, that I think is pretty good value, because shrimps aren't that cheap. I think this wire here is the phone wire, and for sure, if I lived in this community, I'd be grumbling about the broadband speeds here all day long. Now the sun is setting, the boats are still coming past, and it is non-stop boats on this river. Let's just watch this boat go past, because I can't talk over these engines. We've got electric scooters, we've got an old man on a bicycle, and I just want to talk about the background to this community, because it dates back to the late Sukhothai, early Ayutthaya period, because the porcelains, potteries and things they dug out when they excavated the temple I showed you, when they excavated the new ordination building, they found all this really old stuff which dates how long this place has been here. Anyway, Baan Sakhla comes from Sao Kla, and that basically means the village of the courageous maiden. And the reason for that is the Nine Armies War, 1785-1786. King Rama I came down here and he rounded up all the men's folk from here to fight for him and left all the women on their own. And then the Burmese invaders arrived. And the ladies of this town, here we've got another guy on a very old bicycle with a big plastic bottle as a basket. Anyway, the ladies of this town fought the Burmese off. So I'm not going to mess with any of these ladies, that's for sure. Fought them off in a really historic victory while the men were away. And that's where the town got its name from. And if we look on this trolley, we can see it has got traditional foods all wrapped up in leaves. You can buy these for 10 baht. And it's absolutely amazing the time has stood still here. I mean, you look at these old bicycles being wheeled up here. Tourists don't come here. People from Bangkok don't come here. Thai tourists don't come here. It's absolutely untouched. They have no tourist infrastructure. There's no English here. It's just 100% authentic, and it's great. The people are nice. The prices are usual street prices. They're not out to hustle you. They're friendly people. They'll smile at you. It's really, really nice to come down here and just see exactly what Thai life was like 100 or more years ago, completely unchanged apart from the TV sets in the rooms. So right next door to the Riverside community, to finish off this video, I've got to show you Wat Sakhla, the local temple, because it is astounding. We start right here with this giant statue and all this ornate detail in pristine condition. And that sets the tone, because this temple will shock you a little bit. This is something you'd expect right in the middle of Bangkok, somewhere much loved with super rich patrons, because this is just absolutely amazing. But the pièce de la résistance is this prang, because it is leaning at a crazy angle. And we also need to look at this doorway carefully. We've got a bit of Thai writing here, but I need to duck down to get in. And you just look at the angle compared to the floor. That is tipped up. That is crazy. And we've got 4 small prangs on each corner as well. So if you're going to hit the Riverside community, and I just got to watch my head ducking out of this doorway here, you need to just check out this temple, because I don't want to go into all the detail of what's going on, but the ornamentation is amazing. The work and the care, the cleaning that must be going on here, and the dedication in keeping everything spotless, the repainting, the grouting, everything is absolutely stunning. And there's also a pretty interesting story to this temple. And if you want to hear that, drop down to the description. I'll throw you some information in there as well, throw you some links in. And it's absolutely amazing. It's kind of part temple, part museum, because they built this ordination hall up here, which is raised up because, like everywhere else here, it floods, and you can see the water on the floor, which has been a theme of today. But they built the ordination hall up, and when they excavated, they found a lot of ancient artifacts which are now on display. And behind this giant statue, we've got a water feature goes all the way around, and then you look at all these statues sitting in these pools with a flower style around them, all in a different color. As always with the temples, what strikes me is the work and the dedication that goes in to keep these in such amazing condition. And there's actually a lot more of this, but I've got to keep going. I can't make this video too long, and you can see the gardens are detailed and more ornaments. It's unbelievable. So I'm done with the temple. I just want to show you a quick look at that, because if you come down this Riverside community, basically you park in the car park of the temple to go to the community, because they have no cars in there, they have no car parks. You park here, It's 20 meters from that footbridge going into the community. And while you're here, you're in the temple car park, you can check all this out. And it is really worth checking out. It's unbelievable. So let's finish off in the Riverside community and then I am done. So thanks for watching. You got this far. If you like my video, please hit me a like. And here we have a lady pushing her pram up. And here's a cat coming across the bridge as well. And here we've got an e-scooter that is not going too fast up here. And here's a lady with an empty trolley pushing it back over this bridge. So for loads more things off the beaten track, different, quirky, left field, please hit me a sub. But for now, the sun is setting. I've got an hour's drive plus to get home. I need to be off. And probably at this time of year, rain is going to be coming. So as I carefully go down this bridge, which is pretty steep, and that lady had quite a steep push up with her trolley either way. The sign behind me, I'm signing off. See you next time.